If you can get to it, that's what you want to do. Now remember, a lot of these guys, especially, they're wearing cuffs. They're wearing protection. So you can drill them a lot in the groin. That's not going to do it. So, obviously, the obviously debilitating thing is also like mace. Or mace, I'm sorry, mace. You want to go for the eyes. Now, that doesn't mean that if the person's got you by the head, pushed down here, you're trying for the eyes. You grab and you do any kind of destruction you can to them. Another key area that you learn a lot in Taekwondo is the upper lip. And you notice I'm hitting with the palm. You have weapons, and it is your hands. If you don't have keys, you don't have mace or something else. So, if I damage my weapons right off the bat, I break my knuckles or my fingers, you know, that's not real smart. But I can promise you, I can punch the wall and you'll see my fingers raise up with swelling, or I can hit it with my palm, and it'll be just as hard, if not harder, and I don't cause any damage to my hand. So, you can hit somebody upper lip, it will cause momentary blindness, or temporary blindness, and really hurts. And I mean, you'll cry big tears. That's wonderful. If you all reach behind your ear after your jawline and you push really hard right there, you will cause severe pain. So that's another area. If you can get to that area there, you will debilitate somebody very quickly. One thing about the carotid artery, I've seen this happen many, many times. Can you stand like this? Okay. This is where my wife, she was so proud of herself when I showed her this. And I had my daughter's boyfriend over, which that's the last time he came over, truthfully. And we were going down the line because she was ready to go off to college. And I came up to my wife after my youngest daughter, and Lisa went in and did this to me, and I just about went down. And she was so proud. She's like, look, I remember. But anyway, if you will go to the carotids, you will take somebody out very quickly. And actually, if you hit them hard enough, it could be over. That's how sensitive, and you all know this, but you don't realize how small of an impact it takes to really take somebody out. But there's two ways here. Obviously, if you can, just hit right there, that hard, you will take somebody out. If you can get a hold of the person's hand and pull them into you, and then hit them here. But it doesn't, I could go from here to here, right here, I could start, and I could take him down. And that's not, oh, I'm so bad, because you all could do it to me, because my wife did it to me, and he will take you down. So that is another great vulnerable area there. As far as particular moves, both these gentlemen were here to do a chokehold with your hands on Leon. And Leon, with one finger, can put him to his knees, so go ahead. And if he pushes hard, yeah, he'll start choking. So all of you women who have those nice weapons for fingers that are just pointy and can really, I mean, you can drill somebody right where the tracheotomy is actually done, and you will get them to release because they'll have to. They will choke. That's a key area. Now, if he's got me in a headlock, this is a triangle right here. So if somebody has you in a headlock, you will want to turn your chin into their side. And then you do everything you can to get in behind here to shove this off. And then, of course, I always go back up here to all the key points up here. So you turn this way. got me into the headlock here. I'm turning. I'm ready. So. But you have to turn that chin into his side, into the attacker's side. And that will allow you to fit your head out. Otherwise, if you turn the other way, that's just getting you into a worse headlock. The bear hugs. Do you remember how to demonstrate this? Let him do you. You know what to do. Wait, hold up. Get him around his arm. Okay. All right, Lance, show us how to do it. There you go. If he has no support, I don't care how small you are. If your attacker has no support when he's dragging you away and putting you down, all of a sudden you go down, he's going to flip over you. Another thing to do, very similar to that. Hold it just a second. Shows I'm not very smart either. I just helped my brother-in-law break 2 horses the other day, and they broke me. I fell off the thing. And I think I just broke my rib again. So, anyway, so you're up like this, and you want to throw your arms up and go down at the same time. So here we go. Here, and then you've got the elbow and elbow. So, that can get you out of a bear. Short women are really geared towards flipping somebody over. And everybody thinks you have to do all this lifting and tugging and pulling. But like Leon up against the tall guy here, he's perfectly positioned to put him on the ground in a very short time. And this does take practice. In every bit of these movements, you need to take them serious and you need to work on them together. Breaking, studying, whatever you want to do. Because if it is not second nature to you, you won't do it. So they have to be practiced in order for you to do them. But I'm not going to flip Lance. But I didn't. Anyway, if you throw your hip anywhere under his belt line, you can either grab his belt from the rear, take him over, or you can do it from the front, get that hip in there and take him over. It doesn't, and certainly, if you can get the arm over top, all that does, it helps you with leverage, but you don't have to do a lot of lifting with anything other than the rest of your body, your hips, because you can plant them underneath here, flip them over and down. And you can take him, you can go on down lower and take him over. The biggest advantage is getting your hips lower and lower and lower. My hips even then weren't really low enough on him. If I get him down here, I can really take him over. So remember that. There's probably the most used method that I show people is the drunk age, I call it. And if you have a drunk friend, you want to get out of there, especially somebody as big as Lance, you can drill his elbow underneath over here and pull that wrist back and say, "Let's go, honey." And it will work. And you can practice that. Obviously, the height difference is difficult. But anyway, if you practice that, just get their elbow underneath your armpit. And then you can bend that wrist wherever you want. And everybody thinks you're a real helpful friend besides the person you're taking out of it. So that's one way of doing it without having to lift somebody. One last thing that a lot of people, they really need to practice, and it's kind of tough, you need to do it on a peanut bag or something, is in close quarters, being able to use another part of your body that will cause a lot of harm, which is your elbow. So if Lance has me close here, and I can't get my punches or anything, I can certainly line up my elbow, and all you got to do, your elbow is very hard, and most of you who've ever fallen, done anything else, you know, your elbow usually survives. And the rest of your shoulder may give out, or something else may give out. But here you are, he's got me. It's like throwing a punch, except you just drop your punch. And if he's got me bound up here, but here I am, I can take it. There. I'm not going to hit you. But you can take it up and there. And if it's even a straight in, again, if you just drop, because I mean, from here to here, I'm not going to be able to do much damage with a punch. But if I'm here, I can go ahead and act like I'm going to punch and just roll it over, throw your shoulder into it, and believe me, they will go down. So, it's a couple extra things that I've not shown you guys before. In closing, you know, I hope that this was a wake-up call for a lot of people. I know a lot of people that care a great deal for Sarah Hart. I didn't know her personally, but certainly if I can continue to help people to pass this along, you can use this obviously in a lot of different ways and factions and situations to protect yourself. Obviously, when we're dealing with Taekwondo, if you can get away, you get away. I don't care how many black belts you got behind you. That's the whole thing, is for you to wake up the next morning alive. So please put these to good use and keep Sarah Hart and her 3 children and family in their memories. And thank you for giving me this time to do a presentation.